Hello, and my name is Len Jennings, and I work with Jim Reif for more than 10 years at Waterman Broadcasting. And the news that I received about Jim's passing just floored me, shocked me, surprised me. It's very saddened. My heart goes out to Jim's fiance, Jim's family, everyone at ABC 7 and NBC 2, as well as everyone in Southwest Florida. And I also want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this to share some memories about Jim. When you think about Jim Reif, it's the first thing you think about is hurricane season, and he lived for hurricane season. He was just so passionate about his job, and it showed not only on the air what you saw on the air, but you saw it in the newsroom, and you saw it in the weather department when you talked to Jim about the weather, especially hurricane season. And when you think about hurricane season in Southwest Florida, of course, you think about Hurricane Charlie. Friday the 13th, 2004, August, and the impact that had on Southwest Florida. I think Jim would be the last person to admit or take credit that he saved lives that day, but I know that he did. I think there are plenty of people in Southwest Florida who feel that Jim saved lives that day and helped people get through that horrible, horrible day. I wanted to share a memory with Jim, not specifically about Hurricane Charlie, but more months down the road. As many of you know, in Southwest Florida, how big the Edison Festival Light Parade is, and celebrating Thomas Edison and his achievements. And that year after Hurricane Charlie, the parade committee invited people in the media to be a part of that parade, calling us hurricane heroes. So all the anchors and meteorologists were part of that parade. And we all got in the car and we started in downtown Fort Myers, and we're making our way to the high school, Fort Myers High School. And along the way you hear someone, I was sitting in the same car with Jim Reif, and along the way you heard someone scream out, Jim Reif. And he hopped out of the car and he ran over to the people and he said hi and he shook their hands and posed for a picture, and just moments after that someone else was screaming Jim Reif's name. And just before you know it, Jim was running back and forth on the parade route all the way to Fort Myers High School, shaking everyone's hands and saying hi to people, and as they screamed his name. And I think that I'm glad that Jim got to see that, because, like I said, I don't think Jim, excuse me. As I was saying, I'm glad that Jim got to see that, because, like I said, Jim would never take credit for that day. And that day he was a rock star. And I think I was sitting in the car with some of my colleagues, and we looked at each other with smiles on our faces, and we kind of looked stupid, just kind of waving to people off the side. But Jim was just in the crowd, and everyone was saying hi to him, and we looked at each other, and he's a rock star. And he really was. And I think that I don't think he would have been comfortable with that. I think he'd be more comfortable with Weather Geek, as funny as it sounds, because I think that's the kind of person he was. And he was very passionate about everything. And the thing about it is that what made Jim great in that newsroom was that he loved to share his passion. I never went to school for meteorology. I'm not a meteorologist, but I can have a conversation about a hurricane. I could tell you the difference between a tropical storm warning and a tropical storm watch. I could tell you when you want to look off the coast of Africa during hurricane season. I could tell you what the cone of uncertainty means. I could tell you all these things about a hurricane that an average Joe probably couldn't tell you. And it's because Jim shared his passion. It's not just about hurricane, but it's about all types of weather. I could tell you what a drought index is, and what it means. And so, but that's the way Jim was. He really shared his knowledge and his passion with everyone in that newsroom. And certainly going to, I feel for the people of Southwest Florida, because they're going to miss someone very special to them. And I know we're coming up on 10 years on Hurricane Charlie, and it's just going to be weird to people of Southwest Florida going through the 10-year anniversary without Jim Reif. So anyways, I miss all of you. I miss the people of Southwest Florida. And again, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. And Jim, we'll miss you. Thank you.